Well, hello, this is Denise Miller, your Leadership Lady Live, and we are in March, Women's History Month. This month, we'll be doing 4 posts for Women's History Month, and we will speak about a woman from politics, a woman from business and finance, a woman from science, and a woman from the arts and entertainment. And a name came across my purview that I hadn't thought about in years. Her name was Barbara Jordan. Back when I was in my young 20s, she was a formidable senator in the United States Senate. And as I researched her career, I realized that she was so much more, and someone who we need to consider emulating. Barbara Jordan was a member of first the Texas legislature and then the United States House of Representatives, and then finally the United States Senate. And that is where she gained national acclaim as a staunch defender of the Constitution and all that it stood for. She also was a civil rights activist and a women's rights activist. She stood firmly on her positions. She was incredibly articulate. She had a commanding voice and a commanding presence. I can close my eyes and listen to her speak today. And I'm going to offer you 3 quotes from Barbara Jordan. All 3 of those quotes could have been made 5 weeks ago instead of 50 years ago. They are so appropriate for what we are looking at today. The first quote is this: "My faith in the Constitution is whole, it is complete, it is total, and I am not going to sit here and be an idle spectator to the diminution, the subversion, the destruction of the Constitution. It is reason and not passion which must guide our deliberations, guide our debate, and guide our decision." Now, that sounds like she could have made that quote last month. And the next quote is this: "We as human beings must be willing to accept people who are different from ourselves." And then the third quote is: "If society today allows wrongs to go unchallenged, the impression is created that those wrongs have the approval of the majority." These are 3 absolutely timeless, obviously, quotes that we must consider in today's climate. But they don't only apply to what's going on in our politics as a nation, they also apply to what goes on in any organization, whether it's a national government, whether it is PepsiCo or General Mills, whether it's JP Morgan Chase, whether it's First Baptist or Second Presbyterian Church, whether it's your family. Every organization needs to have some basic principles, and Barbara Jordan has articulated how we are to treat those principles. And what I'd like to ask you to do is think about it today for whatever organization you are a part of. Are you upholding the original standards of your organization? Are you accepting of people regardless of their differences? Are you allowing wrongs and breaches of rule to go unchallenged? As a leader, you do not have that luxury if you want to see your organization progress and do well. As a leader, you must stand up for the basic principles of the organization. If you don't agree with those principles, then you don't belong in that organization, and you need to find one that's more aligned with who you are and what you believe. But If you believe in the organization, you must back its principles. You must be willing to challenge when people go against those principles, and you must be willing to accept people regardless of their differences. Thank you so much for listening. I'll include 2 clips from Barbara Jordan's speeches in the comments so that you can listen to her yourself. As I close my eyes, I can think about 50 years ago how much she resonated with me. And I'm sure her voice will resonate with you as well.